Hello, everyone. Here we are. I'm very excited to share all that we're going to share with you tonight. And I'm having to take a deep breath just to get myself grounded, just because the divine is amped up. They are excited. The vibration has been flowing strong. So welcome to this Circle of Light webinar. Our main purpose is to really set the instructions around how this is all going to work for each and every one of you. And I'll explain the meditation, all of it. So just relax, sit tight. As I first would like to introduce Brandon Klayman, a dear friend of mine.
Hi.
Hi, Brandon.
Oh, I love you, Cindy.
My mind anyways, we were just talking about this. So Brandon's going to be able to share a little bit about himself, but how this all started is Brandon and his conscious commerce team, they take care of all my marketing, my website, and Brandon is also part of the AP family. And we were on a call, and I had this vision of how we could bring people together. And I started talking to it about Brandon, and then of course he just jumped in and was full of all kinds of inspiration for me. And so it was Brandon and I together as a team, and his staff that are always so helpful that have really made this happen. So right off the bat, I'm giving gratitude to Brandon and his team. Brandon, would you like to just quickly introduce yourself before we get going?
Sure. Just grateful for the opportunity to be here co-creating with everybody. Cindy and I go way back. Some of my first books I ever read were Conversations with God. And I've had a pretty fun journey in my spiritual experience here in life. And I've had the pleasure to work with some great people, including Cindy. My company does a lot of marketing. I do strategy, holistic business consulting. And we're here to really focus our energies collectively here as part of our Circle of Light. So back to you, Cindy.
Okay, so here is the intent. We as a collective group, what I'd like to say is we're a group of light workers in all that we do. And as a collective, I asked my divine team, how can I help through all this chaos that worldwide we are feeling? And it was bringing together a collective group, starting with ourselves. So what I mean by that is it's lifting our own vibration personally before we're sending it all out to everyone else. And it started because if anyone knows me, and for some of you have never met me, but for anybody that knows me, I do my best to stay as positive I can and to stay out of fear and always trust that things are happening and working out the best way that they are, that are supposed to. Synchronistic events, all of that. But when the COVID-19 virus started to happen, I wasn't even taking it that serious. And then for like many of us, we've witnessed such a rapid change around the world. And I kept dropping in and out of fear. And for me, that was a new experience. And I could tell that my energy was shifting. And then I started to worry about my family, my mom, my kids, my siblings, people that I knew. And I thought, what am I doing? Like, if I can feel this and am being affected by it, I can only imagine how other people are. So this is how it started, by putting together a circle. And Brandon will get into explaining how you're going to be able to access the meditation, because the goal is starting tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, we will all, if we can, at the same time, it just adds a little bit of extra power to it. If we can meditate at the same time, and all you'll have to do is listen to the meditation that I've pre-recorded, and we will build the vibration within the circle that we have created. So everyone that is signed up to be part of this webinar is within the circle. So think of yourselves being part as the circle of light. Okay? And what will happen is, as we're building up our vibration and allowing our own healing, then eventually we build it up enough that then we share within the circle that we have created. And then on the 4th day, we will do something to set specific intent. And I'm going to go through the meditation bit by bit, just so that you understand some of the concept of why the meditation was created in the way I was guided to create it. So Brandon, do you want to just, I will go through the meditation, but would you like to just do some of the showing people how easy it will be able to access everything once this webinar is complete?
Of course, sure. So we've got a whole page set up for everybody to access and listen to the meditation. And I'll just quickly share my screen. If you're connected to this webinar on a mobile device or a computer, you'll be able to see my screen right now. And what you're seeing is this page is the Circle of Light page. So what you'll do is just scroll down, and then there's a little player for you to use to just simply hit the play button and the meditation will start. And there's some instructions, like if you want to download the file, you can download the file. Here's the schedule. So it's essentially every night at 8 o'clock. And then on March 30th, we're going to set forth our collective intention. And that's why we asked you when you registered to let us know what your intention is, so that Cindy can architect that intent for the benefit of all of us and everyone we're going to impact. So this is the page. This is what you'll be using. You can also share this openly to anybody. It has different time zones for different regions of our world. And we are using the hashtag Circle of Light. So if you are sharing on social, you can actually just click any of those buttons and you can get this out there to more people. And then there's a little form as well down here. So you can fill that out, or new people can as well if they haven't registered for this live webinar. And then there's a little instruction video that Cindy has pulled together around the meditation instructions. And that's it. It's very straightforward, and everybody's going to get an email for the link to this. It's also already available on the homepage of the website. So down here, you can just see this little message, access the meditation, and it'll take you to the site. Another side note, if anybody has any questions, just use the questions, the Q&A little tap on that, and you can ask any questions you want now, and we'll answer them once we're finished our little presentation afterwards.
So it's that simple. You can access this after the webinar on my website, cindysmithaap.com, and you will receive an email with the link, but it really is that simple. Okay. So
yeah,
I'd like, sorry, Brandon.
I just gave everybody the link as well in the chat window, so you'll see that popping up. So bookmark it and set yourself a calendar reminder for 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm setting a 15-minute reminder before 8 p.m. for the next 8 days starting tomorrow, so that I remember to also do the meditation. I went through the meditation again today, and it was, so when this meditation, how it basically happened is I channeled the archangels, Archangel Michael and specifically. Now, here's the main thing to understand. No matter if, it makes no difference what your belief system is. Okay, as long as you can believe in divine, and whether it's through ascended masters, through creator, through the archangels, through angels, the main thing is just to know that it makes no difference what your belief system is. This has anything to do with me saying you have to believe exactly what I believe. This is just your ability to be able to tap into divine source, and we will collectively be creating a intent to send out. So I'm going to just tell you how the meditation is set up. When I was guided to do this, one of the things that Brandon and I both talked about, and then Michael kept saying, that we need to fill our cup first. And what the angels mean by that is, how do we share vibration if our vibration is running low already? And part of it is because so many of us are sensitive, and we have either personally been affected by what's happened with COVID-19 virus, or energetically we've been affected. And so either way, you know, with economy, all that's happening, the biggest part of it is to raise our vibration first. So that is why we're taking 4 days to build our vibration. Okay, so just so that people are clear, if you've never worked with me before, I really wanted to be clear on some of the steps that was guided through the meditation, so that your logical mind understands what is happening when you do the meditation. In the beginning, I'm going to say ground, or ground to Mother Earth, and I also do it at the end. And what I mean by that is because when we're inviting divine, white light, higher vibration, sometimes that can make us feel a little dizzy or lightheaded, because it's such a lift of vibration. So when I say ground, I say the best way that you know how to ground to Mother Earth. For me, I think of myself as a big oak tree with roots going down from the bottom of my feet, or if I'm supine laying out, it's like a cord going from the base of my spine down to Mother Earth. Whatever your intention with grounding, is just important to be able to have the combination of balance with Mother Earth and the divine together. When in part of the meditation, once we get settled, the angels ask us to just know that there's a beam of white light that goes in through our higher self, which I believe is above my crown, and through my crown and right down to the divine spark. Now again, just allow for the increase in vibration through this beam of white light. It will refer to the divine spark, which I believe is in around our core, around our belly button. And the angels are using the divine spark to remove energy as they fill your physical body with divine spark. And what they're saying, you'll hear me say, remove unwanted negative emotions or thoughts, and that is the fear stuff. That is the stuff that's the worry, anything that the anxiety, all of that that's been caused around the fear that's created around COVID-19. So they're removing that, and then they'll also use the divine spark to clear your auric field. And then they're going to place, they actually say, a beam of white light around the main part of your aura, and a rainbow shield. So they're doing 2. And they will also ask you, well, I'm going to ask you that to know, if you haven't worked with me before, a shield can only last for up to 12 hours. So throughout this time, well, for me, I ask for my shield. And what I mean by asking is, you just ask the divine to place the shield, because we have free will. They can never do it without us asking. Okay. So, and near the end of the meditation, Michael said, tampered down the white light, because what they're doing is they're letting you know that white light always is flowing through our crown chakra. But when they've increased it like that, for us that in our everyday, when they refer to tampering it down, it just means that the flow won't be as strong once you're done the meditation. And that's all about allowing you to feel balance throughout your day and while you sleep. So that's what they mean by tampering it down. But what they also say within the meditation is, when you're done the meditation, if you feel that there's enough vibration, like if you filled your cup, so if you feel like you've got a full lift of vibration, then give the excess to the angels to spread amongst the circle. So what we're really focusing on the first 4 days of meditation is really lifting the vibration of everyone involved in the circle. And that is all that have joined to be part of this from tonight, or even if they decide to join after tonight. Is once you're part of the circle, then that is the circle that Michael talks about, filling the vibration within the circle. And then on the 4th day, I will post on the website, on that page that Brandon just showed you, I'll have either a little clip or a written intent, because I just need some time. You've all amazingly filled out when you filled out the registration, some of the intent that you would like to see. So I'm going to compile a main basis of what the intent will be with the divine guidance. And then on the 4th day, which is, what day is that, Brandon? Oh, you're on mute.
March 30th.
March 30th, thank you. On that day, we will all have done our meditation at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And there's a minute at the end of the meditation that is just the music. And on the 4th day at the end, that is when you are going to send the intent. And what I mean by send is you're going to give, I'll back up. This is how the angels say it. By sending the intent, we're the conduit. So remember, we're in free will. So by us doing what we're doing, we are the conduit for the divine. And we are giving permission to take the excess vibration with our intent and giving it up to the divine to do with what has been asked of us as a collective group. And then we just allow to be that conduit by increasing the vibration, allowing that to happen, and giving the power to the angels. Because of our free will, we've given it to them. And so that's how the intent works. So I will have just some statements for you to either say out loud or say to yourself, and just give that intent to the divine to do what the divine loves to do. And that is to assist people with all of our healing, with stopping and protecting this virus, all of the intent that we will be sending. And so we will do that on the 4th day, and we will do it again on the 8th day. There may be a little bit of a different intent, so please watch for the 8th day, Brandon, which is?
April 2nd.
April 2nd. And so please go back to the website on the 8th day just to see if the intent has changed in any way. Here, for some of you who've never been involved with anything like this or had an experience like this, what I'm really excited for each and every one of you is to allow yourself to really have that connection and feel the increase of vibration, especially within the circle. It will be amazing. You've just got to trust me on this, because when I do live circles and what happens live with 120 people, and now this circle being as huge as it is, and we're in our own home, in our own space doing it, I'm really excited to experience it myself. So once again, it's lifting our own vibration, sharing it within our circle, allowing the archangels to assist us with our own healing, with our own bringing peace, all of these things. And I haven't looked through all of the statements, but I just got to share this, Brandon. You'll be quite interested in this also. Because when I asked all of you to fill out this registration around what your intent would be for COVID-19, it was so rare. No one said heal themselves. No one talked about what they're going through. It was all about what we needed to do collectively as a group for everyone else. And that's the people that we are. That is who we are. We automatically want to be able to help everybody around us. That is us as in my world, light workers. The angels, though, say it's so important for us. We have to be selfish for ourselves right now first before we can assist others. So please know that. Build this energy within yourself first, share it within the circle, and then we will have 2 evenings to be able to send the intent to the world. So, Brandon, have I missed anything?
You did a really good job. I'll just sharpen it up a little bit with that intention. When we co-create this outcome through the expression of that intention, pay attention after you've set it out there. And we have social media, we can communicate, you can email Cindy to see what, to let us know what you see. Because whatever that intention is, we're gonna wanna, I'm gonna wanna look for a result. I may not be attached to that result, but I'm definitely interested in seeing that result come to fruition, to be manifested here on Earth. So that's part of the reason why we want to do 4 days, get your energy up, get recentered, refocused. I just did the meditation prior to our webinar to experience it. It's a beautiful, easy to follow meditation that works very well. It does a good job of getting you grounded and helping you ease some of the stress, and then get centered and focused so that you can really get into alignment so that we can co-create. And this is for light workers, so those who are in alignment already with this type of work, so that we can leverage and harness our collective strength. That's why we're doing it.
And the other thing, Brandon, just to let people know, so once you get started, and let's say there's some friends and family that you would like to have join in the circle, all they need to do is go into that page that's on the website and just fill out that form and become part of the circle that we're all in. This is open to anybody. This is for anybody, and no one sees who's on the circle. The only one that knows anything about the circle and who's attending is me, because of you've registered through me. So the more that we have involved in this, the stronger it's going to be. I mean, I truly believe that. I truly believe that when we set the intent, the divine through us will make change. And I was prepping myself for today and tonight and because I've been just amped up with the energy. And I pulled, you can't really see it because when I got the virtual background, but trust me, I've got the card here, but you can't really see it. My Inspired Change and Healing deck that my cousin Jennifer Mule and I created just about a year ago, I pulled from there, and you've got to trust me on this. The card that came up was Ready for Change. That's exactly what the card was. And so the archangel on this card is Hanuel, and the crystal is amethyst. And the affirmation, it is, I accept change as a positive experience now. And so I even had to run up and get my big amethyst geode to be right here, thanks to Friends and Gems and all the beautiful crystals that I've had around me. So I was excited just to even share that, Brandon, because that was just another, for me, that was a positive, just backing up what we've worked together to present. Right?
But beautiful. It's a great confirmation. based on where we're at and where we're headed with all of this.
So this webinar will also be recorded on that page. So any of your friends and family can watch this recorded webinar of how this works, how they can join. It will all be right there. Okay, so I just really, I've felt so much better since I started putting this in action and process. When Brandon and I started working on this, it lifted my vibration, and I knew it was something that I could do and stop this helpless feeling that I was feeling watching everything on the news go down. So I'm really excited to just be a part of this with each and every one of you. And even for my mom, who isn't very big on techie, she is on the webinar tonight. My sister, my daughter, my nieces, my family, my Auntie Lee and Jennifer, and all my family that is my blood family, thank you for supporting this. And all of the AEP family, without you, we wouldn't be able to make this happen. And for each and every one of you that was guided to be part of this circle, I'm sending you gratitude from the angels for this experience. All right, are we good, Brandon? I think we've shared what we need to share to get everybody going. So we will all be in our own little space tomorrow at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Oh, this is one other thing. Let's say, you know, for my Ireland friends and people that are around the world, if you're unable to join at 8 p.m. our time here in Alberta, still do the intent of the meditation. Set a time that works for you. You'll still be part of the circle. You will be included in the circle. It's just the more of us that can do it at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, the stronger that intent will be at that time. But please, no thinking, well, I can't do it so at 8 p.m. so I won't. Please join us regardless of the time. Your only key is to do it 8 days in a row.
And on one last note here, you know, we may be in a place of self-isolation physically, but we've never in any lifetime been isolated with spirit. We've always been one. And that's also why we're doing this, because we can develop a lot more creative force around the experience of oneness and the co-creative energy that we all have. So why aren't we using it more now than ever before? And so that's part of how we're all going to play a role in the circle of light.
So Brandon, are you able to see the chat and the Q&A?
Yeah.
So, because I see there is some questions and some in the chat. I'm unable to see it, so I've blocked it somehow.
So here's several people have been commenting around the numbers. So we intentionally capped this at 100 active participants. We did that because typically with webinars, you get 50% of the people showing up. We had over 250 people registered. We now know that we'll probably have to upgrade the account for next time. But what's important is that all of these resources are all available openly on one page. And really that's what it's about. So nobody's missing out on anything. They'll all be able to participate, and we'll actually have a lot more people joining us as we keep building this up every night at 8 o'clock. So on the 8th night, maybe we'll have 800, maybe we'll have 1,000 people or more. So that's, I don't want anybody to get upset, but that, you know, we deliberately chose to have up to 100 people actively with us right now live.
Okay, so, okay.
Other than that, we've answered all the questions. If there's anybody else who has any questions, you can use the Q&A and ask. We'll stick around for a couple more minutes. Otherwise, I think we're good.
We're good. Okay, sending love and light. This is going to be an amazing experience. And Bye for now. And if I'm guided, we will do a live webinar at the end after we do the 8th day, just to bring everybody together too, just to discuss what we experienced or any of that. So we'll see what happens. Just watch for any emails. Okay, bye for now.
All right. Bye, everyone.